Call this meeting of the Finance Committee to order. The date is the 11th of January. The time is 3:01. Alderman Bug requests permission to participate remotely per Section 2-80 based on a reasonable anticipation of an extended illness. Is there a motion to authorize Alderman Bug to participate remotely? We have a motion by Alderman Bade, second by Alderman Warman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that is approved 4-0. Also with us today, in addition to Alderman Bug, we have Alderman Tolliver, Alderwoman Bade, Alderman Warman, and myself, Alderman Franco. First item today is 23-1050, approve of the minutes from the Finance Committee meeting held on December 21st, 2023. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
A motion by Alderman Warman, second by Alderwoman Bade. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
And that passes 5-0. Thank you. Madam Clerk, is anybody from the public wishing to speak?
No.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is 23-0978, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute the local public agency amendment for federal participation with the state of Illinois in an amount not to exceed $228,109, and Phase 2 supplemental engineering services agreement with HR Green Incorporated, and the city clerk to sign the appropriation of rebuild Illinois bond funds for Montgomery Road and Hill Avenue intersection improvements, MFT number 19-00329-00-CH in the amount of $228,109.
Good afternoon. This is Rupa Anjanappa from Public Works Engineering Division. So the item you have in front of you today is the Phase 2 Supplemental Engineering Services by HR Green for the work to be conducted for Hill and Montgomery Road project. The project had received CMAQ funds back in 2019, and additional funds were approved in 2022. The Phase 2 work is ongoing right now. But during the FHW meeting, IDOT requested some additional work, which would be wetlands and special waste services. But along with that, since there is right-of-way taking in this project, they will need to prepare the plat of highways and appraisals and negotiation services. And for this, the amount that they're requesting is $228,000. Since CMAQ funds have been approved, it'll be a 80-20 split. And of course, we'll have to execute the local public agency amendment along with this, along with the Phase 2 supplemental engineering services, and also appropriate the Rebuild Illinois bond funds. And the 2024 budget allows for it, and staff recommends approval of the Phase 2 supply. And obviously, city did not take part in the Phase 1 funds or the engineering. So out of that big corridor project, we took this one little portion out of it, and we became the lead agency. So we are funding, and obviously we have the CMAQ funds to cover the 80% cost of, whatever the construction cost would be, and associated engineering cost along with that. And also, the South Lake belongs to IDOT, and we only have 2 portions of it.
Okay, so everyone just kind of hit their own leg and is funding their own portion.
For this project, it's all the funding is coming from the city, which obviously involves the federal funds, and when Phase 1 was done by KDOT, they only, their project limits ended just east of Montgomery. But when we took this project and became the lead agency, we actually extended the project all the way up to North Farnsworth Leg. And since all of that falls within the city of Aurora, we are bearing the cost for it, the local share.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Rupa, and I think I might have even asked this before a while back. Are they looking at doing a roundabout there at all? Was that a consideration? I think somebody had asked that once, and I didn't remember what the answer was.
Right. When Phase 1 was conducted by KDOT, they had retained this as a signalized intersection. I don't think a roundabout was looked at the time. And since we kind of, piggybacked on that, and we didn't have to do the Phase 1 or anything of that sort, we are just continuing with the signalized intersection. Yeah.
Yeah, I think somebody asked it before, and I forgot what the answer was. It's probably exactly what the answer was, so I appreciate reminding me.
Sure.
Any other questions or comments?
I do have one.
Alderman Warren,
It's more of just a question in general. I recall, and you may have touched on it here just recently, that where it gets kind of funky with Farnsworth, where it kind of zigzags and stuff like that too, that's all going to be, it's not part of this, but that's part of the plan somehow. cleaning that up as well, too.
Right. Well, when I say we extended the project limits to the North Farnsworth leg, we're going to add the left turn lanes on Montgomery Road to both the Farnsworth legs. We are not necessarily realigning Farnsworth
Yeah.
itself, but yes,
Some improvements there, though.
yeah, some improvements, bike paths, sidewalk, and the curb cut, and all of that will be improved. Yeah.
Perfect, yeah, thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
We have a
Second.
motion by Alderwoman Page, second by Alderman Warman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And opposed, that passes 5-0. Thank you, Rupa.
Thanks.
Next item is 24-0009, a resolution approving the Fifth Amendment to the intergovernmental agreement between the City of Aurora, the City of Naperville, and Naperville Township Road District to widen North Aurora Road in the vicinity of the CNN Railroad crossing and to appropriate $3,136,378 of MFT funds for the project.
Hi, Brian Witkowski, Engineering Department, representing this item. This has been a long project, and I think this is maybe the final step, hopefully. Just to give you a little bit of a timeline, this started in 2004 with a feasibility study, and then preliminary engineering started in 2006. And then this is the fifth amendment to the intergovernmental agreement between Naperville and Aurora and Naperville Township to actually appropriate the funds to build this project. This project has $35 million of federal funds included in it, and this $3,136,000 represents our local share for this final construction and construction engineering phase.
Chairman.
Questions? Alderwoman Page?
Thank you, Chairman. As you said, it is a long-awaited program. I've been asked several questions about that patch in Aurora. I see the dates are not accurate in the attachment. It's mentioned that we've already passed those dates. When is it expected to be done, completely done, Aurora side?
So the construction is going to happen between 2024 and 2026. It's going to be let by IDOT. And there's a lot of pre-planning and construction that has to happen with utility companies and things like that to get a gas pipeline out of the way. ComEd has some towers that need to get out of the way before the roadway can be expanded. And then obviously bridge construction can happen.
So we are talking about the leg from Farnsworth to Pensbury.
Is it Pensbury?
Pensbury, yeah.
That's just the Aurora portion you're talking about.
Yeah, just the Aurora portion.
Yeah, it's all going to be done as one continuous project.
But
So
2026, I was hoping it was getting done this year. Somebody mentioned
it's being
that it
let
was-
this year. So
Oh, just-
in order to secure the federal funds, the $35 million, it needs to be on an IDOT letting in 2024 calendar year. And then there's a couple of things that with timeline that are an issue. The gas pipeline has like 2 shutdown times throughout the year, one in the spring and one in the fall. So we're going to miss the one in the spring. So we need to have a letting so that they can shut down the pipeline and do their own construction. So Enbridge is lowering their pipeline because they don't feel that it's safe for the roadway to be expanded. And then the pipeline is within a certain safety distance that they decide is okay for their pipeline. So they have to lower it on either side of the roadway where we're expanding. So those projects have to be done before the roadway can be constructed.
And no changes are being done to this bridge.
What do you mean by the
The
spreadsheet?
bridge,
Well, the bridge is going to definitely be expanded, yeah.
bridge two, okay.
Yeah. And we also are getting a water main project, not getting a water main project. We are going to be able to complete a water main project during this construction timeline to make a connection and have better pressure to Aurora serviced areas east of this bridge. So that's something else that we're timing along with this construction.
And all of the construction is being done by Naperville?
They are the lead agency on this one.
Okay.
So they will be handling the day-to-day coordination on the project. But they will be sending us monthly updates.
Okay. Thank you, that's all.
Any other questions or comments?
Motion to approve.
I have a question. Based on what you said about the construction, I'm looking at the project schedule here, and it says construction 2023, 2025, complete over 2 construction seasons. So even if we started 24 and 25, according to this, 2 construction seasons, we should be done by 2026 going in, based on 2 construction seasons?
That could be the case, for sure. I mean, I vote for that, for sure. But there's a lot of issues, a lot of coordination, a couple different railroad entities, and like I said, gas pipelines and utilities. I know not to mention roundabouts again, but the roundabout on Wolf's Crossing was delayed significantly by utility conflicts, and I would anticipate there's going to be significant utility conflicts on this as well.
So this is a guess on the best case scenario.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, I know how it works. I just want to make sure. And then, do we know what an estimated total cost of the project is? Not for us, I mean, for everything.
Right now, their estimate, they say like $37 million. So this $3 million represents our local portion and a 15% contingency. And part of the reason that we're doing that is, as a part of this, we're authorizing the mayor to authorize payments up to that amount without having to come back to the council. If it goes over that amount at all, then we would have to come back for authorization to spend any more than the amount that's included in here.
All right. Question. Alderwoman Bacon, a question.
So I see the road closure will be communicated with the schools and other residents in that area?
Yeah. I mean, the preliminary communications with the school districts happened during phase 1 engineering, so they all should be well aware of this project. Don't know exactly when it's happening or when the closure is going to happen, when that coordination happened, but they should be aware that this project is coming. And then the coordination will happen during construction engineering. Whoever is selected as a construction engineering consultant will continue that coordination with the school districts.
And if you could send me the details, I can share it with the residents too on my social media and other places. Just because this road is heavily used for
Yep.
train. I mean, you're going to Route 59 train station, so.
Yeah,
they
one of the
can
few
expect delays.
grade separated locations in the area, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you. That's
Any
all.
other questions or comments? Hearing none, I believe Alderwoman Bay had a motion. Second by Alderman Warman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And it passes 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the last item on the agenda is 23-1045, a resolution to accept a contract with Jen Lewin Studio LLC to lease the artwork, The Pool, for Aurora's October 2024 Public Art Light Festival.
Jen, Public Art, Jen Byrne, Public Art Director. This is our final, what we're calling an anchor installation for the Light Festival, the last of the 4 that we need the contracts taken care of at this time of year well in advance. This is the pool from Jen Lewin Studio. There's an image attached. I think you've seen it in the videos before. 106 units that will be on the DSC lawn is where the location projected for this, and it will be on display for interactive use by the public October 4th through November 1st.
Questions or comments?
I do. Just a quick question.
Go ahead.
You mentioned DSC lawn. I thought it was Water Street.
Water Street Pedestrian Mall is going to have the sonic tunnel.
Okay.
That will
Just
take
export.
all 400 feet of Water Street Mall. So then the exposure, which was the spheres that you can draw with light, that will be on the lawn across from City Hall. And then this will be the third really big one, which will be basically on Water Street. So is that what you meant?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And there will be some music too?
This one doesn't operate on music like the Sonic Runway does, but there certainly can be, and that's really contributes to the mood of these pieces. So that's actually something that we've really been focusing on last week, is the music that will go with all of these sort of vignettes happening around the area.
So,
Looks very nice.
so I'm sorry, so this one, just to add to that, this one, in addition to what's going in Water Street Mall, is intended for larger number of people to participate. And this one especially, you can have up to how many people on it? Who knows? Several, maybe 100 or plus.
I suppose you could squeeze 100
Because of the
in
way
6.
it's laid out. And so it's going to be in great proximity to Water Street Mall and to the festival layout itself. And we believe these 2 of the 4 might be the biggest attractions for the month for people to come down because of their uniqueness and just how much fun they appear to be. So we're very excited about all 4 of these anchor installations. And we also think this one, along with the others, could draw and will draw great sponsorship opportunities to help defray the costs, which always is important to the gentleman to my left.
Any other questions or
Motion to
comments?
approve.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Page, second by Alderman Warren.
Yeah.
Alderman Bug, did you have a question? I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Chairman?
Go ahead, Alderman Bug.
Yeah, just a comment. If we could get a sheet of the final breakdowns, so we have the amount of the grant, and then we have the 4 installations. If we could just get one accounting sheet on those for COW, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely, I'd be happy to provide that.
We're actually working on it, Alderman, and we'll have that for COW, and then that's going to be kind of our master ledger for this project that we'll all be able to track, and then as we get sponsorships, you know, it's in a way it's going to be patterned after how we've run and evolved Fiestas Patrias in terms of sponsorships you know, in lieu of performing artists. The performing artists in this case are these wonderful light installations, the equivalent. So excellent idea, and we're on it.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, we had a motion by Alderwoman Bade and a second by Alderman Warman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else to come before the Finance Committee today?
Motion to adjourn.
Hearing none, we have a motion adjourned by Alderwoman Bade, second by, Alderman Talver. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Opposed? And it passes 5-0, and we are adjourned at 3:19. Thank you.